I have a fun little video for you today. I'm going to show you a little mini, super mini food prep, and then I'll be showing you some really easy, delicious zucchini fritters made without oil, gluten-free, 100% plant-based. If this is your first time to my channel, my name is Debbie and I'm a plant-based RN. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thank you so much. On my channel, you're going to find quick and easy whole food plant-based recipes. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. You can also follow me on Instagram at ChewOnVegan. And if you're new to this way of eating, or if you feel like you need some more support, I started a Facebook group. I also have a newsletter that comes out every other month, and I have an e-guide that explains the benefits of a plant-based diet. All these resources will be in the description box below. So in today's video, as I said in the beginning, I'm going to show you a couple of things that I prep for the week. Very simple, but a lifesaver during the week. So let's get right into it. So something I always prep for the week are potatoes, and I just love putting them in my Instant Pot. I've got some water in here, my steamer basket, and then I just pile them in. And this you can do while you're doing other things around the house. You can just get these going. You can go do laundry, whatever. But for me, I'm going to be filming today, so I just thought, let's get these things going. I'll show you what I do, and in addition to the recipe I'll be making today. So these are just going to go on for about 15 minutes, and then they'll be perfect, and I'll have potatoes for the week for whatever I need them for. So I'm having my cornbread pancakes for breakfast this morning before I start filming. And I just thought I'd show you how I whip these together. I'll put the full recipe down below, but I'll make enough that I can have some for breakfast, and then I will take some with me to work during the week. So this is also part of my prep. I'll have, 3 good-sized pancakes with some fruit for breakfast, and then the rest I'll just take to work. I'll probably have enough for 3 days. I usually like to take oatmeal with me to work, but today I just feel like doing these cornbread pancakes. I've got some oat flour, vanilla powder, baking powder, and a little bit of salt. I've got some medium coarse ground cornmeal, and then I'm adding in a little bit of cauliflower, riced cauliflower. This was frozen, some frozen corn, and just defrosted it in some water. And then we're gonna add a couple tablespoons of maple syrup. And I just kind of mix this together first, and then go ahead and add some water. I will leave a link to the video that I made these in, and it has the full recipe and everything. Now this looks a little watery, but it will thicken up very shortly. So you want it to start out like this, and then it will thicken up as you go along. And you can see how much it's thickened up. So now it's perfect. I've got my nonstick griddle preheated on 350. I'm using a 1/4 cup measuring cup to make my pancakes. I just love how these are so rustic, they're not all perfectly smooth. And I really like that. And I love the little bits of corn in there, so it really feels like cornbread. All right, so this will make about 12 pancakes. So that's enough for today, and then 3 days after that. A good little meal to prep. These come out so perfect. So I got 12 pancakes out of this batch. This will be my breakfast, and I'm just doing some blueberries here. I'm gonna have some grapes as well. And then there's a banana in the pancakes, and there's also maple syrup in there, so I'm not going to add any maple syrup. You can if you want, but I'm not going to. Then I'm going to take my little containers here, and I'm just going to place 3 pancakes in each one. And then I will throw some blueberries in here. And I just throw some in there. And there you go. So I can just microwave them at work. These containers are BPA free, So don't send me your comments about how horrible this is to reheat food in plastic. So I have Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday covered for breakfast because I don't eat breakfast early. I eat it later in the day, so I just take my breakfast with me. Okay, so that is one of the things I like to prep for the week. And just real quick, I wanted to share, this is a really great deal. I get this at Costco. You get 4 16-ounce packages of firm tofu. It's organic, and it's $6.49 for the 4 of them. That's $1.62 a package. I mean, you can't beat that deal. So if you like tofu like I do, I love tofu, this is how I buy my tofu. Another thing I like to prep is making my own oat flour. And I just put in rolled oats and you put them in my bullet. And what I like about doing it myself is that I can make the ground as coarse or as fine as I'd like. And I tend to do more of a coarse ground. I feel like it's less processed and that makes me feel better. Maybe I'm fooling myself, I don't know. But about a year ago, I bought this oat flour blend and I'm just using the container. I didn't really care for it that much. It was super finely ground and it had a couple other things mixed in with it. And I just like the oat flour plain. And that's how fast it is. So I'll just make enough to fill up this whole container and then I'll be good for a while. And I use this for pancakes, for breading things. Anytime I need flour, this is my go-to. And this is gluten-free oats. I use the Trader Joe's brand. It's the least expensive I found and they work great. So we're gonna start with 3 zucchinis and we're gonna just grate them up on my box grater here. And I cut off one end, but I like to leave this end because then you kind of have a little handle to hold on as it gets smaller. So just grate them up. No special technique needed. And then you can use that little handle so you don't cut your finger. All right, I'm not gonna torture you with watching me shred 2 more zucchinis, so I'm gonna finish those and then I'll come back and show you the next step. So once you have all your zucchini grated, you're just gonna throw it in a bowl and then I'm gonna sprinkle it with some salt, no set amount. And this is gonna help draw out the moisture. So you just wanna mix it through. And then we're going to set this aside for about 10 minutes and then we're gonna wring all that moisture out. I should probably mention, if your zucchinis are really large, just use 2. Mine were more on the smaller size, so that's why I used 3. I'm just gonna be using a clean dish towel here. This is, actually this is like a flour sack dish towel. I really like these for draining stuff, for getting moisture out. So I'm just going to put the zucchini in here. And you can see it's already coming out, and then we're just gonna drain all the moisture out here, squeeze it out. And why do we do this? Because this is the way they're gonna get crispy. You've got to get them fairly dry, get this excess moisture out. All right. So you can see how much moisture is in there. That's quite a bit. So once you have your zucchini wrung out and it's fairly dry, let's start adding our other ingredients. I've got 1 carrot that I've finely chopped. About a cup or so of chopped onions, finely chopped. You want to make sure they're finely chopped so that they stick together and stay in the little patty. I've got 2 tablespoons each of chopped parsley and cilantro. If you don't like cilantro, leave it out. For spices, I have onion powder, garlic powder, smoked paprika. Now since we put salt on the zucchini to draw out the moisture, we're not putting any salt in this because it'll have enough salt in it. half a teaspoon of minced garlic. Then I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of oat flour, and this is oat flour, I may have mentioned it before, that I just grind up myself in my bullet, so you can make it whatever kind of grind you want. Mine's a little bit coarser ground, and that's the way I like it. And if you feel like you need more flour, then go ahead and add it. And then you just get in there with your hands. It just mixes up so much better. And you just kind of see how it's going to all stick together. So you just kind of maybe check out and see if you can make a patty. And I think I'm going to put a little bit more flour in here because it's just a little bit too wet for me. And I'll just add a little bit more. It's a little bit messy work, but you know, it works. Yeah, it's already feeling better. Yeah, much better. So we're just gonna make patties about this size. I've got my air fryer right here. So we're just gonna place these in here, probably do about 5, and then 400 for about 10 minutes, check it at 10, see what they look like. If you want them crispier, go a little bit longer. So I'm gonna just continue to make my patties, and then we'll show you what they look like. So look at these, they came out so beautiful, nice and crispy. They took about 12 minutes, so I would say 10 to 12 minutes. I think 15 for this size. I was gonna just make them a little bit too crispy, maybe even burnt, so I just took them out at about 12 and they were fine. I'm gonna pair them with some ranch dressing. I'll leave the recipe in the description box below. It's really easy. It all just goes into your NutriBullet or your blender real quick and easy. So let's give these a taste. So here we have the finished product, and we're gonna give it a taste. And this goes great with this ranch dressing. So good. So this is a great little snack. It's a great appetizer, and it's super easy to make, and it's totally customizable. You can change the spices, you could change the veggies, leave out the carrots. I mean, however you want to do it. It's this is just the base recipe, and you can make it to your liking. And if you like this video, if you got value out of it, if you learned something, hit the like button. And if you've made it to this part in the video, please comment below with zucchini, and that way I know you made it to the end with me, and I really appreciate it. Please remember to subscribe, follow me on Instagram, check out my Facebook group, my newsletter, and my e-guide. All the resources will be in the description box, as well as the full recipes. And remember that all my recipes are good for you, they're good for the animals, and they're good for the planet, and what you put on your plate determines your fate and your weight. Until next time, thank you. So I'm having my, if I could find my blue bear, oh, there, okay. Once again, rookie move. There's some days when I really feel my age, and this is one of them.